Good Shabbos, everyone. We start 142 with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Moachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Is anybody in need of some Hanukkah light, and do you want to come and light the Hanukkah candles? Amy, come on up. Yeah.
It's good luck for your conquest at 7 o'clock, so Amy's season.
We got the big Chanukiah here.
Wait, hold on real quick.
Oh, that's right, we do that before Shabbat.
But that's an important menorah, right? So it's going to give us luck. Why is this menorah important for Temple Emanu-El? Doc, I know you know the answer.
I know.
Tell us the answer.
Because that menorah was given to Temple Emanu-El when Leroy Monsky Sr.'s father died during World War II. And the company got together and bought that menorah and gave it to Temple Emanu-El.
Wow.
And that name has something to do with Alabama football too as well, right? Okay. Just
2 years all American.
2 years all Jewish. Look at that. Okay.
And related to me,
Of course, related.
Well,
Of
all the
course,
more.
of course, a cousin.
yes. Our grandparents were siblings.
Ooh. Is that not the middle? Oh, well, we're switching the numbers. I apologize. There we go. Great. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Let's light
And we
our...
light the candles. Amy, you're already 2 for 2. Let's go 2 for 2.
Absolutely. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. For those who are able, we rise on page 123 for our Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים.
We read together the bottom of page 127. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. We turn to our pinnacle of Shabbat, L'chado D.
138. Lechandoni likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai aidai dai lechandoni likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela shamor vezachor pendibor echad השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לחנדוני לקראת קהלי אדוני 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 פני שבת, נקבלי עיני לחנדוני לקראת קהלי אדוני 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 פני שבת. נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לחנוני לקראת קהלי אדוני 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 פני שבת נקבלי עיני לחנוני לקראת קהלי אדוני 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
Someone really wants to watch the game on time. We rise together and beat Shabbat Al-Ka.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה Lechandondi likrat kalai Adonai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabelai Ainai Lechandondi likrat kalai Adonai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabelai.
We continue to the bottom page 145. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There's no place on earth without the presence. We say right here for our Chetzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbam Be'alma divrach chirutei Ve'yamlich malchutei V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chay dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Uvizman Kariv Ve'imeru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'alam ulal me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha Brichu le'ela min kol bechata v'shiratam Tush bechata v'nechemata damiran me'alema me'imeru Amen.
We rise together for our Baruch Hu 146.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yadadai dai dai, 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 yadadai dai dai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam ba'ed Le'olam ba'ed Yadadai dai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai.
Please be seated. We read together at the bottom of page 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Amen. We sing Mi Chamocha.
Shema.
Oh, Shema. I'm very sorry. Just that's why I'm using the Siddur. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Ba'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ug'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotavot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihyot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
The bottom of page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be at one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Our Mi Chamocha is on the next page.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osei belem, Nora tehilot osei bele, Adonai meloch leolam ba'ed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Elianu ve'amru, Ze Elianu ve'amru, Adonai meloch leolam ba'ed. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai.
The top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Our Hashkivenu's right here, 160.
Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamineinu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamineinu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread, save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamineinu shomreinu l'chaim. L'chaim. L'chaim.
163. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Vishamru 162.
Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת בי נפש.
The middle of page 165. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. For those able, we rise together for Tefillah 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'nehem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham Bezrat Sarah אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We read together at the top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. Make contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
We sing Shalom Rav, page 178. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We take a few moments for private prayer. Yihu l'ratzon imrei fi. Yihu l'ratzon imrei fi. V'hegion libi lefanecha. Adonai tzurim goali. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, ve'imeru, amen.
At this moment in our service, we think of those especially who are in need of healing of body or spirit. Sophia Barry Gordon, Sandra Berman, Debbie Boggs, Kent Bricker, Alan Goodwin, Shelley Hayes, David Kraselski, Ruch Liskoff, Virgil Luger, Elaine May, Michal Mizerwitz, Rowan Oistreicher, Lex Aversiegen, Amanda Pittman, Eric Rappaport, Chad Robinson, Lee Rogoff, Mark Schneider, Gary Schiff, Alan Unger, Brenda Weinstein, Russell Wheatley, and Sherry Zeich. For those with us tonight, if you're thinking of a loved one, a friend, someone who means so much to you and you wish to share a name out loud, we invite you either by rising or as my eyes meet yours.
Amy Lentz, Steve Spielberger, and Tilda Torres.
Max Bloom, Jeffrey Stein, Norman Zabel, Alan Gelzo, Elizabeth Somerville.
For those names mentioned out loud and for those names still in our hearts, and Misha Baruch, our prayer for healing 371.
Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor habracha le'imoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishem Berach Imoteinu Mekor habracha la'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It's funny, every time I begin a Devar Torah, my customary thing to say is, Shabbat Shalom, a peaceful Shabbat. And part of my rabbinate, I've always believed that when one comes into these walls, in this space, whether here or upstairs, that each and every one of us, every congregant, those spiritual seekers, it's for this sacred time that we get to take a break, if we can, from the realities, the idiosyncrasies, the pain from our lives. Whether it's our health, our finances, our relationships, the stress at work or the stress at school. This shouldn't be a time for pontification. It shouldn't be a time for bombastic sermons. It should be a time for shalom. It should be a time for peace. I've always believed that. And there's some rabbis who believe that, and at the same time, this is a time when we advocate for something that is happening to our society or our collective people. So when we enter these walls, I ask us, is it binary? Do you enter the space to take a break from realities and enjoy the peace of Shabbos? And yes. And at the same time, I think it's hard for us to completely remove ourselves from our own pain and adversities. And I also think it's impossible for us not to think of the pain and adversities that face our own people. I had a flashback. December 2019, we were in this chapel, and the massacre of Muncie, New York happened. A religious community there, it was Hanukkah. An assailant came in, attacked Jews celebrating Shabbos and Hanukkah, and Yosef Newman, of blessed memory, was murdered. And his attacker faced no jail sentence. Rather, he was admitted to a psychiatric wing for years to come. And I always remember seeing the face of Yosef Newman. He was in the ICU for a period of time, but he didn't make it. And I can't forget the image of his face. And if I were to ask the supermajority of Jews if they knew who Yosef Newman was, they would say no. I also think the majority of Jews wouldn't know who Sarah Halimi was, of blessed memory. She was stabbed 23 times. I think we forget these things. And back in 2021, when there was a 4-week period when Israel and Hamas went at it, and we saw the rise of Jew hatred at 500%. And then on October 7th, it was exacerbated. And as I reflected to this congregation many times, I don't know if I was depressed or just in a period of melancholy, but I remember through the myriad of social media, I would take screenshots, and I felt I had an obligation to create the October 7th folder so I could remember this point in history during the things that we were facing. And eventually, we couldn't live like this. We had to live on. We had to celebrate the joys of Judaism. We had to do mitzvahs. We had to do Shabbos, wrap tefillin, everything I stand for, to embody God-torn Israel wherever we find ourselves. And almost we became numb to it. We still see things that happen on college campuses. We see the protest. We see the violence. We see the vandalism. And it becomes part of our lives. This is the life of a contemporary Jew living in the diaspora in 2025, that Jew hatred will permeate around us, and we just become sort of numb to it. And then last week, we wake up to the news of Australia. I don't know what the death count is, 15. The beautiful Matilda, age 10. And I think to myself, and I don't want this to be judgmental in the way it's going to come across, but hash l'shalom, God forbid, if there was a massacre at Rosemary Beach or 38, or a massacre in Hollywood Beach in Florida, a massacre in Malibu, where would our congregation be? Do 14 innocent lives in Australia, do they not make a difference to the way we do Judaism? I did think that this would be a Shabbat of Shabbats again, that people would show up, light the Hanukkah together, welcome in the Sabbath bride, and again, remind ourselves that we have a moral duty to be Jewish and to love it. And I think such a call to action won't work. I know tonight's festivities, it's a part of our lives. But what would it take for our families to come here for just an hour? and to utter the same prayers that every single Jew throughout the world will utter to show some type of Sinai moment. I want us to be the October 8th Jew. I want the next generation of our kids and their kids. I don't want them to have to deal with the Sarah Halimis, the Yosef Newmans, the Bonsai Beach. I want them to love every aspect of their Judaism, free from persecution and fear. I want all of our kids to know the names of Ahmed al-Ahmed, the man who decided to tackle one of the terrorists and save countless lives, probably one of the greatest forms of heroism I've ever seen. But I never wanted Ahmed to be in that situation in the first place. Back in 2016, I was in Israel. I was in Judea and Samaria in a community. And I want my language to be clear. On the record, I was in Judea and Samaria in a community, not a settlement. I was in this land, the physical land, the tangible land. I remember the rabbi there pointed at a specific spot. He said, "Do you see those hills over there?" And we all looked, because that's where the Maccabees defeated the Greeks 2,300 years ago. That spot right there. That physical ground we call Judea and Samaria, the land in which we come from, they fought. It was remarkable to me. Every day we recite the prayer, Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, which is the acronym for the Maccabees. They responded because they wanted to establish a Judaism post the Greek period. And in a way, we have to do the same thing. So in Muncie, New York, they used a table to defend themselves against the attacker. And that table later became a menorah. So we are the generation, we are the heirs of the Maccabees. We have a moral duty and obligation that we figure out a way not to take time from our own lives to come to Shabbat, but to be here to make a statement for all of Am Yisrael, for Amcha. That we Birmingham Jews, American Jews, we stand soldier to soldier whenever a Jew is attacked, regardless of movement, whether Chabad, Reform, Conservative, we are one. And ahat kama v'kama, in years' time, these lights never fade. It's hard being Jewish, but it's also unbelievably special and joyful. Let's continue to do that. Shabbat Shalom. We rise together for our Erev Shabbat 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גאולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Ushemo Echad.
Please be seated. On this Shabbat, we recall those who have passed away in these Shloshim: William Fingerett, Faye Friedman, Joan Berman Burwell, and Sam Tannenbaum. On this Shabbat, we also recall the yortzites of Amy Allenberg, Edward Allenberg, Theo Alper, Cynthia Bailey, Flossie Baum, Sterling Berman, Betty Burno, Sarah A. Bernstein, Robert Bobby N. Bloomston, Eva Rowe Kane, Bernard Capper, Ida Cohen, Herman Jerome Cohn, Bert Cotton, Peggy Cowan, Fanny Dessler, Marvin J. Elkin, Richard Allen Elkis, Sylvia Epsman, Maurice Cohn Erdrich Sr., Fern Feld, Jerome Fox, Janet Frankel, Sylvia Gabbis, Simon Goldstein, Barbara Goldstone. Henya Golger, Saul Green, Ferd Harwood, Bertha Hatman, Donald Herman, Phyllis Herman, Arnold Hirsch, Helene Levin Jacobs, Rosalie Kaltman, Abraham Cantor, Teresa Carpulis, Linda Cartman, Paula Carson, Fema Katz, Ethel Kaufman, Malcolm Mickey Cohn, Stella Loeb, Sophie Malkov, Nathan Marcus, William Marks, Bertha Mendel, Hyman Miller, Jean Morgenbesser, Neil Larry Morris, Abraham Isaac Odrezin, Sarah Harris Phillips, Louis Piatzik, Morris Rogoff, Elaine Rosen, William Rosenberg, Stanley Routman, Alan Sachs, Sarah Schneiderman, Rebecca Schulman, Betty Silberman, Ethel Wool Solomon, Adolf Spielberger, and Brandel Strassner. If it is your custom to rise for a Motor's Kaddish, we invite you to do so and turn to page 598. Yikadal Vikadash Shemei Rabbah, Biomad Divrach Leotei V'amlich Malchutei, B'chayachon V'yomechon Uv'kaed V'chol Beit Yisrael, B'gala V'zman Kariv Yimru.
Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Olamei Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Kusha B'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Daminram b'yama v'yimru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
I was reminded by our dear Brotherhood President by committee and board member extraordinaire David Reese that I've been forgetting to do announcements, and that's a violation and a tractate in the Jerusalem Talmud. So here are the announcements for this Shabbat. We have enhanced Torah study. Sunday there's no religious school. Monday next week the office is closed for winter break. No Hebrew school Wednesday, December 24th. We're back together for Shabbat next week and an extended Torah study. And Sunday and Wednesday of next week, there's no religious school nor Hebrew school. Then there's a lot of no religious school and no Hebrew school because of the new year. And David said, you're going to give announcements when there's no announcements. You know something? You can't have it both ways. But guess what? There's always Shabbos. And come to Torah study. It's really good. It's great debate. Okay? We open the text. Zoom ruins everything. I just want you to know that, okay? Come to Torah study. We get into it. It's a good debate. It's a good scrap. You want to do Peter, Paul, and Mary, don't you?
I do.
Okay. Peter, Paul, and Miriam, or Peter, Saul, and Miriam. Okay.
You can find the text on 671. I don't know if that's available in the thinner volume or not.
We'll find out.
But here we go. Light one candle.
And we'll get you out of here.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, let anger not tear us apart. Light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Happy Hanukkah and Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
My daughter big time. So I know that you go backwards and that you're using whatever the word is. You're doing the Hebrew that's not really Hebrew. It's transliterated.
In this book, yes, but I'm usually actually operating out of the Siddur.
Oh no, but when you do the music,
yes, then it's backward. Yes.
So what does somebody in Israel do?
Back in the day.
It's actually kind of funny. When Israel was founded,
Yes.
they did music right to left, and they just wrote it in Hebrew. in the way that you would think it was, like with the text under going right to left. But
And the
actually,
music was too?
and the music was right to left as well.
Wow.
But at some point, they actually, as a society, basically made the decision to swap around, and they'll just transliterate it. Like,
Oh, wow, okay.
I mean, it depends. Maybe sometimes they do actual Hebrew, but just weirdly backwards. Like, but like I've never seen that, so maybe I've never seen it in recent memory.
Well, I just thought I'd ask.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a good question.
Have a happy Hanukkah.
Happy
and a
Hanukkah.
good job.
Thank you.